Hey everybody, David the AI Guide here, and welcome to our next segment. First, thank you to 10 new subscribers this week. I really appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying what we're doing here. So share with your friends, please, and keep watching. So really cool news. As I said in my last video, we got 4 breaking news, only day olds here, and this is number 1, even after last video, which was only about a week old news, but this is days old. So there's a company in Palo Alto, California called NoTraffic, and this company was started to use AI to reduce traffic and streamline traffic systems in major cities throughout the United States initially, but all over the world later. And they've had big success in their testing, and it's very cool. So they've done most of their testing in the city of Phoenix, which is Maricopa County, Arizona. And actually the very first preliminary testing was done outside the city in the county, but most recent testing is done in the city. And this has been a real eye-opener for a number of reasons. One is Phoenix happens to have the worst pedestrian fatality rate in the United States, which was news to me. And they believe that use of this AI-driven traffic management system will reduce fatalities by 10 to 20% a year. So that's a meaningful number of lives saved. But it gets much, much better than that. They installed the system at 3 major intersections in Phoenix. And within a week, they were able to save hundreds of hours of time for drivers at that one intersection. So think about that. If you can save with an AI-driven traffic management system hundreds of hours at one intersection, we're talking billions of hours nationally saved at wide rollout of this technology. And with this technology working, of course, that's going to encourage competition in the market, which is usually a good thing because it drives down price. But this whole thing about traffic management systems, specifically stoplights, is real interesting. And back in August, we had a huge storm where I am. And the result of that storm was a light down the street got knocked out. And it was heavy damage, so they had to replace the whole box, the big box that you see on the phone poles. And it took them 2 months to order and deliver that system. Why? Because, believe it or not, and I had read this before, these stoplight systems are made before the new company NoTraffic by just a few companies in the United States, 2 or 3. Think about that, with a national system of traffic lights everywhere. So they have huge backlogs, and to get equipment, it takes weeks and weeks and weeks, as illustrated by what just happened down the street from me. And worse than that, much worse than that, this is 1960s and 70s technology. So most of these lights are mechanical gear. A few of the more modern lights have the sensors that you see in the roads that if there's no traffic on at the other side at the 90-degree angles at the light, it'll turn the light red when you come to, green when you come to it, or it'll keep it green and not switch it until traffic approaches from the sides. But this new system by NoTraffic is much more advanced than this. And what it does is exactly what we've been talking about. It uses an AI algorithm, and it uses sensors and machine vision to constantly monitor the traffic. And this thing is so sophisticated that it can do way more than just a regular stoplight. First of all, it can see a pedestrian and hold the lights for pedestrians without having to push the walk signal. It can also do a bunch of other things, like, for example, if there's a fire truck or an ambulance or a police car coming with lights and or siren on, it will pick that up and keep the light green for the fire truck or ambulance or police officer to get through the light on that light, so they don't have to go through red lights anymore. How about that? And the other thing it does is it changes instantly at the approach of traffic and based on the volume of traffic. So if one car comes up from one side, it'll turn the light green just for a minute and let that car through and then go back to the major direction of travel. Or if cars are approaching, like there's one that's going through and there's another approaching, it'll hold the light for that. Another great thing that this system does is it can watch out for red light runners, which frankly happens all the time. I see it every single week when I'm driving. I see people run red lights. It's stunning. So this system will hold the lights while the idiot runs the red light and keep everyone safe. So this is a huge, huge advance, because if you're talking about thousands of hours a year at each intersection times all the major intersections, again, you're talking millions, hundreds of millions, billions of hours saved nationally by this system. So the results have been so good and publicly supported by both the city of Phoenix and Maricopa County that No Traffic expects to have its system rolling out in 41 major cities by next year, 2021. And again, remember, this news is only days old. This is the great side of AI, right? AI is going to do a lot of great things. In this one case, save lives, assist first responders, protect pedestrians, watch out for red light runners, save hours and hours and hours of drive time. And because it's saving drive time, it's also saving on emissions, and gasoline use will go down. So these systems are overdue. The guy who's the head of No Traffic said, you know, if we can put someone on the moon in 1969, why are we still using 1969 traffic light technology? It's a great question. And this is the kind of thing we're going to see more and more and more with the practical applications of AI, which is specifically automation and rationalization of old systems that haven't been improved in decades. And this is a big one, right? Because all of us drive, all of us commute to work or go to the grocery store or go to the pharmacy or go see relatives or whatever it is. But this will have a huge, huge impact in a very short period of time. We're talking a year or two for this to have a very, very big impact here in the U.S. And again, when this technology starts to roll out internationally, because there's a lot of places in other countries where they don't even have their full transportation infrastructure built yet. So when they build it, it's going to go in with state of the art. It's going to leapfrog decades of technology, whereas here in the States, it has to be replaced. So this is awesome. This is one of the really great things about AI. It's super exciting. It's super obvious. There's going to be much, much more of this going forward. And AI is no different than anything else, right? AI has pluses and minuses. The pluses overall, in my opinion, are very likely to significantly outweigh the minuses, but that doesn't mean that we don't have to be aware of and pay real attention to the minuses, which is what we've talked about. And what I try to do is give you job tips on jobs and industries where AI automation will not be that impactful, so that you can have a secure career and not have to worry about being automated out of a job. That will happen to some degree, but overall the benefits should greatly outweigh it. However, as I've mentioned once before, this will need effective government policy to support people through transitions in terms of retraining and income protection. But hopefully our governments will have the common sense to do something like that. So I thought this was really cool. It's brand new. It's very effective, and it's being rolled out immediately. And we got 3 more of these breaking news items to go in our next videos coming up. And hats off to Forbes for bringing this out in the open a few days ago. Great article, great magazine, Forbes. So we thank them. And we hope that you guys enjoy this episode. If you like it, please subscribe. Please like it on Facebook. And we got some big changes coming soon to the AI Guide to expand our reach and bring some new resources to bear to help you guys through the AI age. So thanks a lot, and talk to you next time. Take care. Bye.